Hi, and welcome to the Balancing Act New York edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On today's episode, travel by air with peace of mind because there's a service that can expedite the retrieval of lost luggage. Learn photography from these professionals while visiting amazing destinations. The latest real estate legal advice from an expert, where to get a bilingual education for children, a U.S. veteran changes lives using therapeutic services for everyone, plus lots more on The Balancing Act.
You're going to love our first story.
Fun new experiences are a great source of joy. Let's see how a pair of photography professionals and friends became inspired to share their love of international travel and adventure.
Najat and I met 25 years ago in New York City. We were both working as freelance travel photographers. In 2007, we started PhotoQuest Adventures, offering intimate photography workshops all over the world.
The fact that we're female-owned actually opened a lot of doors for us. So when we go to destinations, and the fact that Miriam and I speak so many different languages, it enables us to create situations where it's easier to photograph the locals and the tribes and then, the natives of whichever country we're traveling to.
Miriam and Najat recognize the life-changing perspective gained from being immersed in cultures around the globe.
So we've been all over the world to more than 90 countries, but we've been to Iceland to photograph the Northern Lights. We've been to Patagonia to photograph the most amazing landscapes. We also have local domestic photography workshops in the United States, really geared for low-budget travelers. We still provide access and things that people can't do on their own.
They have curated an outstanding variety of opportunities to experience the amazing natural and cultural wonders of the world.
We take small groups of people all around the world to create these amazing cultural experiences for them.
When people come on our workshops, they might feel intimidated by their gear, but when they get back home and they look at their images, they're completely blown away by the quality of the work.
Hands-on instruction is delivered in real time while immersed in beautiful settings.
Our guides are very knowledgeable. They'll teach about their culture, educate them. So I think people come away with not only getting great images and a knowledge of photography, but a knowledge of the culture they were visiting.
Local guides reveal hidden treasures while quest leaders provide expert lessons on capturing the unforgettable moments.
I've been traveling with Miriam and Najat in PhotoQuest Adventures for over 10 years since they started the company. I know that they're going to take care of each one of the people on the trip by hiring the best guides and making sure that we're safe and have a great jam-packed adventure to make the most out of each destination.
Beyond the new skills developed, quest takers find enduring value in the cultures experienced and relationships made.
It's very important for us to respect the different cultures and the different places that we visit, and we teach our clients and we give them all the information necessary. The Giving Back program that we do is one of the things we're most proud of. We give 1% of our revenue to the local schools, the orphanages, and all the different communities that we visit. It feels very rewarding to us when we're able to give back in that way.
Sustainable travel is part of our company. We make sure we don't use plastic bottles. We try to use green restaurants and hotels. All the little things matter.
PhotoQuest Adventures teaches sustainable travel as a way to better understand the Earth, its people, and how to respect and protect them.
It's very interesting to us that people who start off as strangers end up being lifelong friends after they've done the trip.
We have a great time, we laugh a lot, so you want to come back with great images, but you also want to have fun, and that's one thing you'll always remember the rest of your life.
To learn more about how you can fulfill a desire for adventure and new experience, visit PhotoQuestAdventures.com, and of course you can visit our website, TheBalancingAct.com.
Legal service can be daunting, but our next story shows it doesn't always have to be.
Real estate has boomed in the last few years. Whether you're selling, buying, or renting, there are always questions, and real estate agents don't always have all the answers. Meet the experts from Cecinini Law Group, who have some tips on hiring a real estate attorney.
Hiring an attorney should be the norm when you are buying or selling real estate because the stakes are high. You're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, and the laws are extremely complex. You really need an attorney to know that what your options are and that you're making the right decisions. A good attorney often saves their client more than the cost of their services. Just knowing that there are options out there sometimes can make a client take a different direction than they would have.
So now that we know the importance of having a real estate attorney, how do you go about finding the right one?
Not all law firms cover all areas of real estate law. It's very important to understand that real estate law is not one thing. It's not just closings. It is all these other areas of law, like I mentioned before. It's landlord-tenant, it's sometimes zoning, it's property taxes, and I could go on and on. The most important thing is to make sure that this attorney handles not just this narrow area of closings, but that they also handle some other areas of real estate related law. Again, if you're buying something with a tenant and this attorney has never evicted a tenant, how can they really advise you how to contract and how to avoid the pitfalls?
They offer knowledge and experience in all areas of real estate law.
We have a great team here. There's nothing more important than having the right people. You need people who are willing to help, have good customer service skills, but also are smart and can spot issues when they come up. And a big part of that is training, and a big part of that is just being in it and doing this and doing closing after closing or matter after matter and learning.
Experience gives them the advantage of spotting issues or helping learn about the upside potential a property may have.
By having a background in real estate law, you can often spot issues before they become big issues. Some of the issues we might spot in a closing could involve federal tax liens, it could involve 1031 exchange problems. Sometimes there's lender issues where you know that this particular lender just is not going to close under certain circumstances. By spotting these issues proactively and ahead of time, we allow our client to address them either in the contract or, generally speaking, to fix these problems, rather than them becoming a problem that brings them down later.
Even other attorneys know that when it comes to complex issues, Cecinini Law is a legal powerhouse in real estate law.
Attorneys are very careful with who they refer their clients to because they want to make sure that whoever they refer the client to does a good job because it's a reflection on them for their client. I would say that we work with a lot of attorneys who do only closings, and then an issue comes up that they're not familiar with and they'll refer the client to us.
Being property owners themselves, they understand the importance of feeling protected and understood by your lawyer.
I think one of the things my clients appreciate about the services we provide is that I also own real estate. So when I'm giving advice, it's not just the pure law school correct answer that I'm giving. It's the practical, real answer. When I'm giving a client advice, I'm telling them pretty much what I would do if I was in their circumstances. Very often when a problem comes up, there is no real perfect solution. You have to be practical about it, and you have to think outside the box to solve that problem, and that's one of the things we bring to our clients here.
To find out more about real estate laws and how to find a good real estate attorney, visit CecininiLaw.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Good education is so crucial, and these children are learning in a new way. Let's watch and see what we can learn too.
Today, learning 2 languages is an absolute necessity. French is one of the top 5 most widely spoken languages and one of the fastest growing languages in the world.
As a parent myself, I saw my kids growing in the US, learning at the same time French and English so easily and with no accent. And can you hear my accent? I can't get rid of it. And because I started learning a language too late. So as a grown-up, I had my jaw fixed, my brain couldn't even hear different sounds, while children's brain is like a sponge. And truth is, there is a window of time where the brain has a functional plasticity that lasts from infancy to up to 12, 14 years old. And this is the time to learn a second language. This is the time for bilingualism.
The beauty is that the kids are from all over, their parents are from multiple parts of the world, so we like to celebrate that diversity. bring it through our curriculum as well. We really foster group work and teamwork, skills that they can take to high school, to college, to life.
Bilingual children score higher on SATs or IQ, and especially in math and science.
The French American Academy was created to help serve the New York and New Jersey community of children. With dedicated teachers and an excellent curriculum, the Academy teaches in both French and English. It's now expanding nationwide through a franchising program.
I founded the French American Academy in 2007 because I saw my own children losing my native language, and soon they could not be able to speak with their grandparents. And at the time I was pregnant with my fourth child, and she was my inspiration. She gave me that tremendous urgency to help her maintain this connection. So that led me to open the first campus in Bergen County as a place where she could read, speak, write, count, think in French and in English. And soon I realized that it could be also very beneficial for American families to take all the benefits from a bilingual education.
Put Zoe in the French American Academy because we always looked for opportunities for our children to have bilingualism, and this opportunity presented itself, and we toured it, and it was just a perfect fit for our family.
Growing up, for me and my husband, neither one of us spoke any language outside of English, and so I just felt it was very important for him to be, if not bilingual, to at least have the knowledge of a second language, and I knew that by teaching him early that he would be able to pick it up and carry it on with him for the rest of his life.
Yes, so when the children first arrive in school, there's a first phase where they absorb, they observe, and they acquire the language. And then slowly we have a few words here and there coming up, and then they're able to build sentences. When they graduate, they're bilingual, and they often have even another language from home that they learned along the way. So we're trying to make citizens of the world, and as many languages they can speak, it's a big chance for them.
When it comes to choosing the right school, it's really about choosing a school that's going to better your child's future, one that will make them stand out from the crowd.
I think children who are bilingual are, not to say more intelligent, but they have an upper level on kids who aren't. And then once they go into their business fields, they're able to communicate across different countries and with different people.
Zoe's experience was wonderful. She started when she was 2 years old. So it was her first school experience in an environment where it's almost 100% immersion in the language. And we waited to see how she would do, and she did great. And she came home and she was loving her day, and she was teaching us a lot about French language and French culture as well.
If you're interested in learning more about enrollment in the French American Academy, visit their websites, faacademy.org or franchise-faacademy.org, or check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
A truly inspiring story. And here's another one.
For so many, quality of life is connected to physical wellness, independence, and mobility. And yet, a recent study indicates a significant percentage of adults report feeling limited by chronic pain. Today on The Balancing Act, we'll see how one U.S. Army veteran returned from service feeling inspired to support her community with therapeutic healthcare.
In the military, I was a mechanic. I fixed small and big and large engines, 5-ton trucks. That required me to have a lot of strength, a lot of repetitive movements and so on. Got a lot of injuries. And because of those injuries, when I got out of the military, I started Whole Person Therapeutics. And here we provide chronic care for individuals living in the community. Our three major service categories is pain management, physical rehabilitation, and occupational therapy.
Barbara was moved by the need she saw while serving abroad. Inspired, she made a personal pledge to improve the quality of life for people living stateside in her community.
Barbara has always been available whenever I've needed her. I've had problems with my lower back, my shoulders, my elbows, my wrists. I had trigger finger, and she's been able to treat them all so that I can continue with enjoying my life.
What sets Barbara apart is her heart, and it's like no other. She is focused on making everything about them feeling better.
Whole Person Therapeutics has sought to provide healthcare solutions across an encompassing range of needs in service of its community.
We practice using 3 pillars of care: our clinical expertise, our holistic care, as well as our state-of-the-art technology. Our treatment process is really simple. We make sure that the intake paperwork is completed prior to your arrival, so that gives us more time to have one-to-one with you and have conversations. Upon the completion of the paperwork, we use evidence-based assessments to determine the best approach for your treatment and find the core cause of your illness. We complete the task analysis and create an occupational profile, collaborating with you as to how we will proceed with treatment.
Well, Barbara is amazing. I had back pain, and I was really in pain. I couldn't even get up. When I came in, Barbara was very calm. She made me feel very welcome. It wasn't just the treatment that I received, but it was also the knowledge that came with it.
Not lost at Whole Person Therapeutics is an understanding that the client experience is at the heart of their healing and revitalization.
We cover everyone who's on a daily basis have repetitive motions, uses poor postures to perform their activities, and really needs some assistance. Not everyone has the time to make an appointment for medical office. Our doors are open for these individuals with chronic conditions.
They recognize the courage of their clients to overcome challenges and is there for them, offering expertise, cutting-edge therapies, and moral support.
We are excited about our future and what we're creating and what we're growing into. To see people getting out of pain, being the key that unlocks the cause of their pain where no one else can do that for them. I think we're doing great and wonderful things, not just in a physical world of business, but on a spiritual level as well.
To learn more about ways in which you might be able to enhance your quality of life, visit WPTcares.com and, of course, visit our website, thebalancingact.com.
Animals bring such joy to our lives. That's why we need to make sure we're bringing joy to theirs, like our next story.
Dogs are indeed our best friends, and we want the best for our pets. But sometimes it can be hard to sift through the numerous brands out there and the nutrition claims of every product.
You know, from the human industry, there's a quote that says, "You are what you eat." Well, it's certainly the same for dogs and cats. So the more processed it is, the less available the vital nutrients are. The example I always use is that if you take a potato and you put it and cook it and put it in the ground, it'll rot. If you take a potato and put it in the ground raw, it'll sprout a new plant. Those enzymes and all the energy in those sprouts are really important for the animal. So when you cook a dog food or a cat food at very high temperature, you're inactivating those vital ingredients that are really important for the health and healing and well-being of the animal.
Earth Animal was started with a plan to create healthy, nutritious food and treats for your pets.
We started the company well over 40 years ago, really to deliver, products that were naturally oriented, either humanely raised on the food side or naturally oriented, like no chemical preservatives and no pesticides in our flea and tick line.
We empower families with our ability to veterinary formulate products, which include foods, snacks, and supplements. Earth Animal specializes in healing modalities which do not have side effects and which are pesticide and insecticide free.
Their food line, Wisdom, is veterinarian formulated, sustainably sourced, and made from only the best ingredients to provide optimal nutrition for your dogs.
What we try to do with Wisdom is to figure out a way to, one, bring in natural and humanely raised ingredients, so we know that we control the sourcing of those ingredients totally. And secondly, to minimally process it so the food would not be denatured by the high temperature of heat. With kibble, as an example, kibble is all the ingredients mixed together, ground up into one ball, and then cooked at a very high temperature. What we did with Wisdom is separated all the ingredients into 3 components. So we have a meat component, makes up about 70% of the food. The second ingredient is what we call the cubes, and the nutritional cubes have all the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. And then the third ingredient is a combination of fruits and vegetables that are organically grown. So when you blend the three ingredients together, you get a complete and balanced food, and you sort of bypass how a kibble is made.
The other product options, which are absolutely my favorite, are the supplements. Our mission is to empower healing. And there's nothing like an herb or a supplement that is brilliantly put together for the purpose of supporting longevity and quality of life. So our herbs, which are sourced in Vermont, really meet the animal's vibrational and healing needs. Earth Animal products are sold at independent pet shops worldwide. We enjoy selling to independent pet retailers because they're very educationally oriented, and many of them are natural healers. So if you empower a retailer with a product that can get the job done, that can really support the mission of healing, it's quite a successful relationship.
If you want to try the Wisdom Dog Food, Earth Animals line of delicious and healthy no-hide chews, or their non-toxic herbal remedies and supplements, visit their website, earthanimal.com, to find a store near you, or go to our website, thebalancingact.com. The need for effective and accessible mental health care is at an all-time high. Fortunately, the experts at Project Live are here to help those diagnosed with a serious mental illness so they can live, learn, and work in their community.
The mission of Project Live is to provide individuals who receive mental health services access to clean, safe, and affordable housing, coupled with an array of quality, supportive, and evidence-based services and vocational opportunities.
Aside from the individual rehabilitation plan, we also help with ADL skills. We help with medication monitoring. We help with psychiatric and medical health appointments and services. We also link individuals to services like Social Security, things like that, for them to become able to live on their own and be independent.
Well, I found out about Project Live through my therapist, one of my therapists. So it was approximately around 6 years ago. And you know, with my situation that I was going through, she told me about this organization.
Helping those who find themselves homeless is one example of their commitment to serve.
We also have another program called PATH, Projects for Assistance from Transition from Homelessness. And these counselors go out on a daily basis and work with individuals who are experiencing homelessness.
Their program, called Community Support Services, CSS, uses the Housing First model.
A home represents security. It represents where people can function to be able to work and live out in the community. The apartments are set up for single individuals. They are in nice areas. They are comfortable. They come furnished with everything that you need.
Typically, an individual may pay approximately 30% of their rent. Most of our individuals that we work with are on public assistance, so otherwise they wouldn't be able to live in an apartment within Essex County, New Jersey.
Providing jobs or helping people find them is another key component in the wellness journey.
We own and operate 24 properties within Essex County, and this is really more of a peer-based program in which some of the individuals that we serve also help us maintain some of the property. So it gives them a sense of wellness, a sense of purpose, and a sense of independence in the community. We've seen that this model works. We've seen that Housing First works. We've seen that housing is one of the most crucial aspects in order for recovery.
So it made me feel comfortable. It made me feel safe.
For more information about Project Live and how they can help you or someone you love, visit projectlive.org or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Seeking out a new look? Then check this out.
Fashion is always changing, and one of the best ways to keep up with new trends at a reasonable price is to shop at consignment stores. It's time to turn over a new leaf in your fashion.
If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So I decided I love shopping. I love the idea of consignment because it's the ability to turn over property, find the things that you have, and get the money back with the retail prices that you spent on it. And it was good for the earth. And we named it New Leaf because it was from the 16th century proverb to turn over a new leaf or change a behavior, change an attitude. And our mission was to change people's attitudes about how they perceived wearing other people's items. And I think we've done that in New Leaf.
The merchandise is changing because we have so many fabulous consigners. These people, we have so many. We have about 3,000 now. That's a lot. They all have different tastes. So when you have different tastes and people that are so different shapes and sizes, you get things from all over. Some people travel all over the world, so they change. Every day we take in between 20 to 100 pieces.
It's all about the customer at New Leaf Consignment and creating new habits in fashion.
When I was a little kid, I always wanted to say, I want to dress rock and rollers or fashion shows. And then they didn't have stylists back then, but I went to college. I have a Bachelor of Science in Clothing, Textiles, and Merchandising. I started as a buyer in the executive training program in Lord & Taylor in the city. That always came, naturally to me. And I got the opportunity to work with Arlene after my daughter went to college, like in Act 2. She was coming for a couple of days, and now I'm a partner.
Well, I work down the street. So one day on my lunch hour, I popped in because it looked like a cute shop. I was into consignment shops at that time, still am. And her things were beautiful, curated beautifully. Her mannequins are the most gorgeous creatures around. And it was a real friendly environment. It's a very easy way to do it. You sign in, they send you an email with the number of items that you've got, and then you either get paid by check or, in my case, by trade, because I like to come in and shop.
You come in here, you have me, and I want to show you what looks good on you, and I want to show you what's in right now and what for your body type and what you're comfortable in. But I'll get to know you first. I could feel it right away when I meet somebody. I could see their style, but then when talking to them and getting to know them, where they want to go from there. I'm tired of being in sweatpants and t-shirts.
Her choices are terrific. The clothing that she sells they're up to date, they're cute, they're fun. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to shop and break the bank. Sometimes you come in here because you need something. Sometimes you come in here because you just want something new.
See, we love being here because we do love what we do. Now it's 27 years that we're approaching our anniversary, and I'm happy that New Leaf's been able to be a part of helping the earth.
For more information, visit newleafconsignment.com or check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.